Yo, what's up? It's Stadgen back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about the Stefon Diggs and Cardi B drama. So yeah, let's get into it, I guess. So first, you got Cardi B, a world famous rapper, platinum albums, platinum just everything. Like, she's up there with the likes of Nicki Minaj. And then you have Stefon Diggs, a multiple time Pro Bowler. I don't know the exact number. He is a famous football player. He has many infamous moments on the field and off the field. And, he's just a guy that really built his football resume as being one of the best wide receivers in the league currently. Right? So now, this creates a super couple. Both of them, that they have titles under their name. Cardi B, back in the day, she used to be a stripper. She's known for being, a really sexual person. And not saying it's bad, but that's just kind of her past. And you have Stefon Diggs, who I arguably believe probably has a much worse past in terms of we don't got to get into those types of details. But you have Stefon Diggs, this football player who has one of his old classmates was yeah, this dude was bad in high school. So essentially the story is that, they broke up because Stefon Diggs had one of his baby moms come to the Super Bowl, and she sat in the front row watching a game, and I'm pretty sure they hung out together. And basically Cardi B is mad at this because first off, she wants to be the only one. They were dating for a month and some change, and she felt some type of way about this, obviously. Now, as you know, Stefon Diggs, he plays for the Patriots, number 14. They ended up just losing in the Super Bowl. And matter of fact, it wasn't even a well-fought game. It was bad. It was a terrible loss in my opinion. And I feel that factored into kind of how the things kind of played out. Cardi B, maybe if they happened to win the Super Bowl, maybe she would have been oh, you know what, Stefon Diggs, you invited your baby mother to a football game, but you know what, you won the Super Bowl, so you got my you could get this WAP. So it was kind of a circumstance type of thing. He lost the Super Bowl. She wasn't messing with that, and she ended up just going yeah, bro, yeah, we're done. And now you see a lot of memes coming out online on how Stefon Diggs was saying, oh, I'm gonna help fix Cardi. And then you see, Offset tries to slide in, being all smooth on Valentine's Day, going, getting her I think 1,000 balloons. Somebody said 10,000, but I don't think he'll get her 10,000 balloons. That's a little bit obsessive. So yeah, their whole downfall has already been pre-gamed for months on the internet. There were multiple occasions and multiple times where people just didn't want to see this couple together. There was when they first got together, the first 2 weeks after, there was already things online oh, they already broke up. Oh, Diggs said Cardi B's BBL stint. There was already just things online for this couple just not to work. So seeing it go in the long term was definitely it probably wasn't going to happen because all of the controversy and just people I guess they didn't like this couple, or they just they had a lot of negative insight on the both of them. So they end up having a child. The child's still not born yet, but Cardi B's probably a couple months pregnant now with Stefon Diggs' baby. So now you're in a situation where it's kind of gonna be oh, they're not together. The baby's gonna be born without a two-parent household, or at least both of the parents that are supposed to be the parents there. They'll probably, I don't know how to do it, but it's, another one of those situations. And it just gets even more embarrassing for Stefon Diggs because he has a court case going on where apparently he assaulted one of his waitresses, or somebody that worked for him. And, he's facing the charges after the Super Bowl. He lost the Super Bowl game. He lost his, ex-girlfriend Cardi B. So now it's just a stack of, just a mountain issues on him outside of the game that really, might impact his next season. You think with all this money, all the time in the world, you hit a certain age and you think, enough is enough. You'll try to lock in, be a man, try to respect people. But no, it's not like that for somebody like Stefon Diggs. He makes millions of dollars in the NFL. He has you know, he's in top condition, one of the best athletes, but, you know, he still, you know, can't keep a relationship or, you know, respect his workers and stuff like that. So, you know, it's kind of like just disappointing to see things like this. But hopefully he figures everything out, honestly. And, you know, it might be very difficult with the circumstances he's under, but yeah, we'll see in the next couple months how things unfold. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. It's Stajan, and I'm out.